Miedź jest niesłychanie, nazwijmy to takim
Copper
podatnym
is a
na
ductile metal.
traktowanie materiału.
If it is treated badly, without proper knowledge, it is flighty, just like a beautiful woman.
To ona bywa kapryśna, tak jak piękna kobieta.
Jest to materiał, który w czasie...
Copper is a material which doesn't lose its aesthetic and physical properties over time.
W tej chwili od pewnego
Copper is
czasu
a semi-precious material which may change in hue when exposed to the atmosphere. The longer the exposure, the more beautiful green patina it has.
do robienia fasad miedzianych.
Copper and its alloys have been used in architecture for ages. Copper sheet metal is durable and elegant. It complements glass really well, and it perfectly blends in with the greenness of trees and changes its color over time, unlike any other material. Copper and its alloys are being used on an increasing scale in modern Polish architecture, and not only for roofing, as architects are now beginning to specify wall paneling in copper or copper alloys. The Palace of Culture and Science and Warsaw University Library are classics of the genre. The buildings of law and administration of Poznan University, the State Drama School in Wrocław, and the restored Wrocław Central Railway Station building belong to the architectural big leagues. Let's begin with the Supreme Court building in Warsaw. It is an outstanding example of fascinating architectural solutions. The facade is made of reflective green glass, while the colonnade of pre-patinated bronze and copper. The columns refer to tradition, and at the same time, they fit into the environment.
Świetnie jest, kiedy nowy budynek po zrobieniu wydaje się, jakby był trwały tam.
It's great when a new building looks as if it has been in the old setting since the beginning and blends harmoniously with the environment.
W przypadku Sądu Najwyższego to jest na styk ze Starym Miastem, gdzie ta miedź jednak była używana, to ta więź tych materiałów była bardzo istotna.
As far as the Supreme Court building is concerned, we achieved this effect by using copper.
Zakorzenienie tego Sądu Najwyższego, tego obiektu od nie wiadomo kiedy, prawda? Chodziło o to, żeby on nie był...
Copper patina gives the impression of a natural, solid, vintage look. Moreover, it indicates the seriousness of the institution.
W końcu trzecia siła, ta Sąd Najwyższy, i dlatego się pojawiła miedź.
The patina green color of the columns corresponds with the natural patina on the roofs of Warsaw's Old Town, and the green glass on the facade blends with green plants climbing up the pre-patinated copper trellis.
Jak budowaliśmy sąd, to wszystko było na
While we were building the Supreme Court, all the materials available in Poland were new. That's why it was a natural thing to use copper. We didn't have a dilemma which material should be used to make the details. The lettering, column chapters, and casts of the sculptures were made of copper and bronze. The building itself is a solid but organic entity.
Kolumn oraz postacie odlewane.
It's the only contemporary building in Warsaw you can look at over and over again just for pure pleasure. The fascinating design combines nature and advanced technology. The building not only fulfills its stated function, the library, but it is also designed to be a gigantic frame supporting climbing plants.
Stosuje tak zwaną jednię kultury I natury, czyli jest to...
I apply the idea of the unity of nature and culture. We fight with nature, but I think it's high time we made friends with nature. We have to coexist and cooperate with nature.
Współżyć I współdziałać.
The library building has a rooftop garden. The garden spreads over an area of more than 2,000 square meters. It is divided into 4 parts, differentiated according to form, color, and character. All segments of the garden are interconnected with paths and bridges. The lower garden, shaped like a slipway, complements the upper one and leads up to the roof of the library. We proposed to expand the botanical garden, which is situated next to the building, to the roof of the library. The library is surrounded by greenery on 3 sides. The greenery climbs up the sophisticated copper trellis fastened to the wall's roof, creating a bond with nature. The facade contains 8 7-meter-high books. The pages are covered with engraved verses in Sanskrit, Hebrew, Arabic, Greek, Old East Slavic, and Old Polish. The facade is made of pre-patinated bronze and copper.
Od strony miasta jest ta fasada tak zwana kulturowa.
The main facade, known as the Culture Facade, indicates links with the city and the past due to these tablets with different alphabets, which are archetypes of literature and a library.
Archetypem piśmiennictwa i jednocześnie biblioteki jako takiej.
Copper is also present in 21st century architecture. We will move from Warsaw to Wrocław, where we will have a closer look at the State Drama School. The restored Wrocław Central Railway Station building, and a few tenements. The building of the State Drama School has been constructed in the neighborhood of a concrete housing estate. The new theater venue has become a cultural center in a place which didn't have access to this form of art before.
Ideą naszego projektu było przy jednoczesnym zachowaniu.
Our idea was to incorporate a new spatial form and retain the existing building. We wanted this new form to be homogeneously spatial. We wanted to introduce something new, and that's why we used this exceptional material. The shape of the building forced us to choose a particular type of covering material. It had to be ductile, soft, which could easily be shaped even on oval surfaces, and that's why we chose copper panels. The curved elements of the facade indicate the status of the building, while the facade itself makes the building unique and eye-catching. However, it doesn't compete with the urban landscape. I think that copper is a wonderful material. In the past, it was mainly used for roofing because it is durable and gets older in a perfect way. In the design phase, the architects had planned the target color of the copper facade, which later tarnished under atmospheric conditions. The facade covered with copper, an exclusive and expensive material, underlies the prestige of the building. The modernization and reconstruction of the railway station took 784 days. The building has regained its original look and gained new functions, mainly commercial. To preserve the uniqueness of the building, a lot of historical elements and constructional solutions have been retained. Green areas and restaurant terraces stretch out in front of the main facade, while on the other side of the building, on Sucha Street, the South Pavilion has been built. It will take over the function of the railway station at night, since the main building will be closed to passengers during this time. The night pavilion facade has been clad with pre-oxidized copper. The light brown color of the facade blends in with the platforms, the other station buildings, as well as the surrounding greenery. Passengers are given the impression that the new building has been standing there for years, being an integral part of the entire central railway station complex. We must be very careful when using copper. When we want to show its values, we must remember that it is a living material, changing in hue and structure throughout the years, until it eventually ages to perfection, unlike the other known materials.
Miedź się świetnie łączy z
Copper harmonizes perfectly with greenery. It coexists and cooperates with the natural surroundings, and the buildings become ecological.
Te obiekty po prostu jak kameleony, no potrafią inaczej
The
wyglądać.
buildings, like chameleons, look different depending on the time of day or the angle of the light. After a couple of years, they become completely new buildings. It gives uncountable possibilities to build the atmosphere, particularly in places where you want to conjure up the atmosphere. It could be difficult to find another material so dynamic and lively. Contemporary copper is a completely different material. We have special catalogs with pre-patinated or patinated products. You may order whatever color and whatever patina hue you want. The development of technology gives us the possibility to expand the application of copper. Never before has copper been used so widely in architecture. We have a variety of copper nets, bands, and special semi-transparent materials, and they make it possible to construct the buildings which consist of layers. At first there is a net, then screens and glass, and as a result there are a few observation plans. Contours of the buildings vanish and appear. The use of copper in architecture offers completely new possibilities. Why not use them?